Good day, good day. Hope everyone's doing well on this June 3rd, 2021. So, sunset right now, just at the front of the barn. Just kind of making my way to the back. So, you know, when you say so all the time, gotta work on that. Or not talk at all. Well, here we are. So this entrance is the main entrance for the community gardens coming here. So this is what you would see. Oh, little chipmunk. Okay. Come on in. So when our gardeners come on in, they park along here. We have the fence line, all the water irrigation's all set up. Had a bit of a dry spell, a very dry May. Someone told me the driest on record in 100 years, so that's something. So plant's been hurting, but we had a good light rain today, and there we go. Look at all. I had seeded clover. They're all coming up, and here's some patches. There used to be a camper van in this spot. To my friends Susan and Brian, you know who you are. You know, the old camper van that used to be here, the old Rene Mobile. So we got the plot starting here. This had been tilled in April, so you know the growth has been cut back. Light till and a surface till at that. Try and keep most of the soil intact. So it's just easier to kind of start in. So we're going to be working on that. There's a potato patch up yonder where you can see there's a bit of a, you know, the straw here. So we got our members. We got different size plots, some 5x20s. There's various tomatoes. We were hit by frost a few days ago, so fortunately I lost some, tried covering them. I lost some, but that's what you do. You gamble up here. Canadian Zone 4B. Anyways, sometimes playing with dice, trying to plant. Anyways, coming along here in this plot, I want to give a shout out to my friend Sean Wiley, who runs Sean Wiley's Property Management. He's donated a bunch of mulch. So there's a bunch of bags over yonder. In a previous video I showed that. We'll probably see it a bit later. Really nice. So one thing about it though is sometimes going through, it is cleaning up from other people's yards. So sometimes there's like little bits of waste and trash that's mixed in. But look at all the cover that we get out of it, and that is organic material that we can send back in. Some prepared plots up here that we'll be ready to plant into. So some of our members have cleared those out. And a better shot of the potato patch over there with the straw, 20x20. Now, in a previous video, I kind of mentioned I had a little mini orchard. So, anyone watches the Miracle Farms channel on YouTube, a little shout out to Stefan Jabowski. Great, he's like, I look up to this guy. He's over in Huntsville, Quebec, so not too far from here. Like, I don't know, like if we didn't have to worry about borders and it would be like an hour straight there. But anyways, it's not as direct. But he's been a proponent of, doing the permaculture orchard thing. So I've been implementing a bit of a trio system that he talks about, where you essentially, you have a nut tree, nitrogen fixer, and then you have either an apple or a pear tree. So I kind of have done a variation where I've taken pea shrubs and interspersed them. So each fruit tree is 20 feet apart, and each nitrogen fixer tree is 10 feet in between the two. So I have a little nut tree here. It's either a Japanese walnut or a wart nut, so I'm just waiting to see as it grows older. My friend Justin, who I bought it from, so we're just tracking this. This Fortunately, this pea shrub was a bit, so I transplanted it, and it's struggling, so I'm just, you know, trying to keep it watering. There's still some life, so just got to keep it watered. I've got a Lobo apple tree here. This was two blackberry, thornless blackberries, kind of waiting for them to seed out too, leaf out I mean. Still some green, so just kind of keep watering and wait for them to do the thing. It's a Lobo apple tree I got from the Ferguson Tree Nursery in Kemptville, and the blackberries from my friend Amanda, a great gardener in Kemptville area as well. So, you know, so we got these trios. So the next, you know, so I have sour cherries. Is just a local tree I've just kind of planted in place. See how it's going, and then a pea shrub. So, I've got 4 rows of this. So starts with pea shrub, then it goes to an apple tree, pea shrub. Then the next one is a plum. Sorry, it's another nut. That's probably the Bort nut. And then a pea shrub, and then I have a plum. Wild plum, the fruit's actually not that great on. I'm just trying to get my transplanting skills up. Just seeing, because there's some varieties I have on some surrounding property, so if I can basically successfully transplant this size, then I'll do the ones that I really want to get the fruit from. So anyways, but the fruit on these guys are a bit kind of weird, but nice tree, and we have bees on site just over there, so helps with pollination. Some of the nut trees are struggling a bit there, so still watering. Sometimes they'll come back from the root. This pea shrub's looking a lot better. See the leaves. So nitrogen fixer. So that's the idea. You have these planted between your nut, fruit, or fruit trees. Here's a Cortland apple tree. And so 2 golden raspberries, again from Amanda. And a comfrey plant, also a nitrogen fixer. And so just checking up on some of the leaves here. So had to spray Bacterius bacillus. I'm forgetting the name. But anyways, it's basically it's a bacteria spray, kills the worms, the caterpillars. And so I try to keep it natural as possible, but they were just voraciously eating the leaves on these guys. So I'm kind of cheated a bit there. Frost got, so this raspberry is just struggling. It was hit by the frost. And the pea shrubs are clinging on. Wild cherry, sour cherry here. And the last trio again, nut, pea shrub, nitrogen fixer. Little plum here is going. The pea shrub. And we've got Lobo. Oh, I didn't mention it's a Macintosh over here. So there's a Cortland, and then that's Macintosh. And this is a Lobo tree. Oh my gosh, okay. So we got this. Okay, see this is, okay, come with me. Going off camera, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's looking much better though. But again, very voracious appetite. So we have this elf maple, also known as Manitoba maple. See, the caterpillars don't really go for this, but we have a basswood over here. And it's tasty, as the caterpillars are just going and feasting, which in a sense, so here we go, yeah, I guess in a sense it's taking the hit, but you know, it's one of those things, you know, you've got, it's nature, right? Here's the, this is the plums that were growing here. So my dad planted all these trees years ago. He planted this wild plum. So again, the fruits are kind of meh, but you know, trying my hand at propagating. Once I've got that down pat, then get some varieties. I'll buy some varieties too. So that's pretty much it. Now, remember I said I was doing a shout out. So Sean dropped a whole bunch of these leaf bags. So piled them over here. The idea being is that I'll be buying some manure and such from a Mode Farm. This is the farm I'm going to be grabbing some, but local farm, you know, dumping manure, fresh manure, have it parked here, dumped here. Now I have piles, so the idea is then I'll have it just age. I do have Old Yella, so backhoe that we'll be using to turn the piles so we can keep up the aerobic breakdown, keep the compost process. We need oxygen, so have to turn the pile. So be using that. And here's the bees. So right now they're all sleeping, so that's good. All right, so there you go. Kind of back view of the Grand Barn Community Garden Club and the old little orchard. More of those plums. I got a few things. I have a thimbleberry patch up over here. So the idea is just kind of just going ahead and growing. So read Mark Shepard's book on it is regenerative agriculture, and one of his method for plants was the STUN method, which stands for, and I love acronyms, right? STUN. Sheer total utter neglect. So I try to keep hands off as much as I can. Here's some Scottish currant or black currant, so that I'm gonna have to weed a bit. We've got they're coming. The fruits are coming, so that's exciting. Looking forward to tasting that. So gonna have to. That's frost damage. Have to check in. Well. Again, a bit of a learning process. Here is another blackberry Columbus variety, and so that's leafing out, so we'll see. Thornless blackberries. I have the thorn variety in the back, just past the bees. They act more as a kind of a defensive shield because the thorns are quite crazy. I have a little goji berry bush in here. I don't know if you can see it. These are the leaves, and there's a flower, some flowers of the goji berry. A little orange fruit when it comes out. Again, I'll have to weed a bit. Rousseau grape here. Oh, those are, I want to say creeping thyme, but beautiful flowers. Great ground cover. And here, gooseberry. So they're fruiting. Now again, I'm kind of cheating because I'm, doing it. So I don't know if I'm getting everything in frame as good as I should. This is Haskap here, and there was some blossoms. Just looking, see if I can see any of the fruit. Again, I think the frost, hit them, but they're bouncing back. There's only 2 blueberry bushes. This one's kind of struggling, but and I have another bush here that's looking much healthier. This was a donation from our garden club members, Sean and Denise. Thank you guys again. Blueberries like their high pH, low pH, the acidity from vines. This is a Saskatoon berry, and they're starting to fruit out, so that's going to be exciting. And well, let's see. This is Concord grape. So the idea is I'll be trellising them on the sumac. This little sumac thicket. All right. There we go. And thimbleberry patch. Again, they got hit. But, so we've seen the resilience here. Coming back. Again, drought conditions, so watering, but, and then another currant plant. This isn't currant. What is this one? I forget now. That's okay. I'll find out. I have this great app called iNaturalist, so it can take a picture and it will be able to identify for me some of the things I have growing here. So these thimbleberries I'm very excited to see comes up. A fire pit here. The view. More plots coming in, just preparing them. Planted a few these maple trees. New ones coming up here. Thank Joanne from Campville as well. Got some ladies' mantles, some geranium hostas, phlox, bunch of other cool flowers. Picking that up, got that, you know. My dad did all these rock gardens, which you can't really see because they're covered up. Got to weed them, but and along the fence line, I've also planted pear, little tomato plants. So those will make, they're cherry tomatoes and pear, like little pear-shaped cherry tomatoes. So planted them every, well, it's intermittent. Some are 5 feet, some are 10 feet apart. But the idea is I'll trellis them on the fence line. Some garden members, if you're hungry, you know, grab a tomato, have a snack. And then we've got some raspberries. So these are a variety that they make a really nice, that's cultivar. They're thornless. They make nice, you know, good fair size red raspberries. Some strawberries in here, more of the pear, another strawberry. Got my pipe out, got to do a repair of the line, bit of a leak to address. This is the alchemy garden over here, so again, I've showed in previous videos, but this is more or less the family garden. So got a little garlic patch there, garlics from Harmony Gardens, and some excess ones, so I planted those. Some more flowers. I think I mentioned Old Yella, so there. So our new TGB resident, Steve Boone, he's a fixer, so one of his first jobs was to get that Old Yella running. It's an old JD 510 John Deere, so I mean, my dad did lots with that machine, so try and use it obviously sustainably as much as, you know, a diesel machine can be sustainable, but you know, there's some heavy lifting, so trying to offset some of that. Most of what I do around here, I move around with a wheelbarrow. The best HP is the human HP, or human power, so try and keep that. Oh, and this is our welcome committee, so if you come here, you'll probably be first greeted by this little guy. His name is Sizzle. He's also our pest control manager. Hey there, Sizzle. Hey. Yeah. Oh. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, I think this is a good place to leave it. Sun's down. Time to head on in. Hope everyone's having a great day. Take care. Until the next time.